Ugh. Hello and welcome to another video from the only channel that you need to not only survive the current apocalypse but actually enjoy it. And today's video is going to be about how to keep thieves from taking fruit off of your fruit trees. And I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about animals. In particular, I guess I'm only talking about squirrels because that's what we have this year. And I'm just going to tell you something that I've witnessed with my own eyes that may or may not work for you. Now, where I live, there are so many squirrels out here that I've always figured that in order for me to get any kind of fruit, I would have to kill squirrels every day for a year in order to get the population down enough to where I would actually get to have some of their leftovers. But I may have been wrong about that. And the reason I think so is that recently we had a great big water moccasin move in. And I know he's a water moccasin. A lot of times I get my snakes mixed up and I don't know what I'm talking about. But this is one of the dark gray or black ones, and you can't really get those wrong. To me, the ones that have a pattern on them, they look a lot like water snakes. And the only way I can tell for sure if it's a water moccasin or a water snake, and a water snake is non-lethal. The water snakes just got round pupils, and the water moccasin have them goat eyes. They got like a slot. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to get close enough to tell the two apart. But of course, when a snake is really fat, where I live, the only two fat snakes we have are water moccasins and rattlesnakes. And so if you see a really, really fat snake, it has to be one of those. And since I live in the swamp, we don't have any rattlesnakes. And this snake was a dark gray or black water moccasin. He's really big, about that big around, and about 3.5 feet long. And anyways, the whole point is that I had seen this snake, but I've been seeing snakes for years, and they've never posed a problem. It's so common to see snakes that when a chicken disappears, I never imagine that it's a snake getting my chickens because it just doesn't sound like a snake thing. And we've got a lot of other predators that are a lot worse than snakes. But we lost a little baby chick about that big, and then a couple days later we lost another baby chick, and we were seeing this water moccasin a lot more often. He lives under my house. And, I won't go under my house if I don't see snakes because I'm scared of snakes. So if I see a snake under there, I certainly ain't going under there. And a couple of times I just happened to look down just in time to see his tail go under or see the edge of him. And I've even had my gun sights on him. But I didn't want to blow a hole through my screen just to put a hole in this cottonmouth's tail. If I shoot him, I don't mind putting a hole through my screen if I know I'm going to kill him, but I was pretty sure I wasn't going to kill him, so I didn't pull the trigger. But anyways, he's been out here around this area, and every day when I've got fruit on the trees, I don't know if you can see all the fruit I've got. Hopefully you can. But every day I'd look out here, and there would be squirrels as far as you could see, just squirrels everywhere. And the way a squirrel will work is they're very impatient. When they see fruit, they're just like the rest of us. They want sweet fruit. They don't want green fruit. But they know a trick, and that trick is to just go up and put one bite in every piece of fruit. And the reason for that is that if you scratch the outside of a piece of fruit, just like a person that gets an infection, well, automatically the system that's been built into these fruit trees is to go ahead and ripen that fruit early. You want, because the tree's whole point of making fruit is to make viable seeds, which only come from ripe fruit. So here's one just to show you what I'm talking about. A squirrel has come by and took a little bite out of this, and the whole thing is turning orange when the rest of my fruit is still green. Oh, and forgot I got my microphone over here. So anyways, the rest of the fruit is turning, this fruit is turning orange when the rest of the fruit on the tree is green. So I think that's just their system. They know if they go take one bite out of the fruit, it'll ripen, and then they can come back a few days later and eat it. But it also may just be just the way that they're designed. They don't even know they're doing that. They're biting the fruit, they realize it's green, they go to the next piece, they bite it, they realize it's green, they go to the next piece, and so on. And then they come back the next day and they realize that the fruit they bit is now orange, and they know they like the orange ones better. So anyways, there's a few down here that are getting ripe, and they've all got little bites in them. Everything on this tree that is orange Oh, has a little bite in it. There we go. Oh yeah. This one's really ripe. Oh, I guess the whole point that I'm trying to make, the whole reason for this video, is that I know there was a squirrel out here biting these pieces of fruit because there's the bite marks on them. And he's not out here now. He bit almost every piece of fruit on here, and we've been eating it every day. We eat some of this fruit. And now he's not here. I'm guessing that the water moccasin got the squirrel and ate it, but he didn't get all these because while that tree is sitting here with fruit on it, the other trees are stripped. So I'm thinking that squirrels are very, very territorial, and if a squirrel claims a tree and you kill him, the other squirrels will not move into that tree. That's the whole point I was trying to make. Concurrent with my harvest of Japanese persimmons is my harvest of American persimmons. And there's some right there. And there's not too many of them here. And this is a really tall tree. I can't get all the ones at the top. But Japanese persimmons are absolutely inedible when they're green. And it seems to me that right before they're ripe enough for a person to eat, they'll fall off the tree and you can just pick them up off the ground. At least that's the way I get them. But if you notice here, this is a Japanese persimmon tree, and all the fruit on it's been picked, every last piece. And every last piece of this tree has been picked. All of the fruit on this tree has been picked, another Japanese persimmon. This one is loaded up still. Many of the fruits have little squirrel bites in it, but a lot of it doesn't. And here's one that has been completely stripped. And here's another one that's been stripped. I've got about 25 of these Japanese persimmon trees on the property, and a couple of the ones out in the woods still have fruit on them too. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me. I'll even eat the squirrel bite. Mmm.